Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are on episode 12. We are 12 weeks into this journey, and I am
A really weird piece of audio here. Sorry for the cut, but it just saved all stuttery. It was like, It wasn't very good for an intro, so I just thought I'd cut. Also, quick to mention, sorry for not posting last week, but super busy with work. I was traveling a ton and just didn't have time to do the pre-work fix, and we'll be back on schedule this Sunday. Talk to y'all soon. Peace out. What is up, everybody? This episode is the first episode in February. Right now, we're recording it on the first day of February. You know what I was thinking about was February is 1 month closer to summer. So I'm getting all these like happy thoughts about when the weather was warm and all these great times. And so I'm thinking, okay, what do you normally do in the summer? You can go to water parks and amusement parks.
That's right.
Of the like.
You can also do other things.
You could do other things, but
Only two things you can do.
only two things. I don't like doing anything else other than those two things. I live under the pool under the slide at a water park during the summer.
Yeah.
It's basically what I'm trying to get at. What, Rick, do you think is better, the amusement park or the water park? Now, I'm going to put this in conditions of, because I have to make it as fair as possible. It's like July 15th. It's hotter than heck. Anywhere in the country you go. Okay? Now go.
See, now that's a little bit of a cheap move. However, well, it is. However, at the same time, when you're in an amusement park, you'll still get like that breeze because you're just like going through. So you're going to be hot while you're walking.
That's true.
But in a water park, you're going to get a little hot, but then you're just going to go in the pool, right? So I used to work at a pool store. And, there's a lot that goes into maintaining a pool. So if it's just kind of like some run-of-the-mill water park, hesitant to go.
Yeah,
there's just like kids like peeing in the water, and there's just like water's not maintained. However, if it's like a nice water park,
yeah,
I would say I would still go to an amusement park.
Well, what about if it's like dual branded, like Darien Lake? Like, would you go to both, or would you only go to the amusement park?
If it has both, I would go to both.
Okay.
I would.
So you wouldn't be like, no way am I going to a water park.
No. Like because I like the ones that are dual branded per se, just because you're like getting really hot, you're really hot, and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go hop over there
to the lagoon.
Go to the lagoon and then come back.
Yeah, chill in the lazy river.
Right. So I like a dual brand, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick an amusement park just because I'm a huge fan of roller coasters, right?
Yeah.
But whereas water parks don't really have that that thrill. There's a couple rides that have you ever seen the slides at water parks that are literally just like straight down?
I think there's one at that place that's like really small. It's kind of new here. I don't know.
Don't know the name, but
no,
the small place by here. Okay.
Yeah.
But I went to a water park in Orlando. It wasn't a Disney one. I don't remember what it was, but they literally had a water park.
Is that the dolphin one? With dolphins and stuff? Sorry.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Doesn't matter.
There was a little slide that was like, I don't know how many feet, but basically straight up and down.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I had a slight tilt to it so that we didn't die. But, it was scary because, the first, 15 feet were encapsulated because that part was, literally straight down.
Yeah.
So it was,
it's terrifying.
So, I did the smaller one. They had a really big one, but you get an EVGB just thinking about it.
Yeah, just that.
Walking up that is terrifying because it's this tiny little staircase.
Yeah.
Whereas in a roller coaster, you start on the ground and then you just start flying around. So that's the one. That's the other reason why I don't like water parks because the really fun and exciting and thrilling rides there, you have to physically walk to the top.
Yeah, that's
on
true.
These sketchy staircases.
And it's wow. Yeah, because I'm kind of changing my mind a little bit because I'm thinking about those twisty rides that you go all the way up to the top. And it's they got the bends and stuff. And I'm not a small guy. And I haven't been since about 6th grade.
Right.
And I feel like I gain a little little too much momentum.
Too much momentum.
And it's a little sketchy because I always have like an elbow peeking out at the top.
Oh,
And I like see everyone else ride
in
in there, and they're all like perfect, like bobsledders, just like. But like for me, I'm like, oh god, like I'm gonna fly out the side of this thing.
Your unathleticism comes in, you're just like flying all over the place.
Like when I go down one of those rides, you hear the splashes of water down there because you just hear. I think the most thrilling part of a water park is, well, maybe not most thrilling, but the thing that'll wake you up the most, which could be, is the chlorine that shoots up your nose when you get into the pool at the bottom. Because, like, oh, God.
Well, that's always the funniest, is when you get, like, the rides where you start really high and then you come down, and then you're just, like, fully like, I think it's kind of cool because, like, you create, like, kind of like an air bubble, like, through the water, so, like, you're not really underwater for, like, a hot second, but then, like, your pants are, like, flying off.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Like, yeah.
But we'll say one fun ride is, like the funnel, like, toilet bowl type thing, where you're just, like, on, like, sometimes you're on, like, on,
yeah. That thing's actually
sled?
huge.
Not a sled. What am I trying to say? Tube. That's the word I'm looking for, not a sled, tube.
Yeah.
And you're just like flying around. Other times you're on it by yourself. But like one time I was on a tube with my brother and my dad, and like somehow we turned like the wrong way, and we just got like turned upside down, just like fell like.
Yeah, the giant toilet. That's what Chlorine I used to call it at Darien Lake.
But anyways, amusement parks.
Yeah.
I like roller coasters.
Yeah, like now, like
mind,
all of that, like bad talking of like water parks. Because, like, a water park is definitely enjoyable when it comes to, like, being in the heat. You know, it's nice to go to the water park. But, like, for the most part, it's like, I just want to chill in the lazy river, get a tan, because I don't go outside. So it's like, this is my main sun time.
For the year.
For the year. And then I'm like, well, maybe I'll hang out in the wave pool. I loved that when I was a kid. But I probably went in today because it's, like, so much pee.
So much pee.
So much pee. And then you're
Water's
drinking
a little salty
it.
today.
Yeah. I watched a video on YouTube. And I didn't fact check this or anything before I'm saying it, but the guy did like a test where it's literally the pee that makes the smell of like a pool. Like that chlorine, like that smell, that's actually the mixture of chlorine and pee.
Well, I'm going to call fake news on that somewhat because, you know, like I said, I worked at a pool store, right?
Yeah.
And, like, you just reek of chlorine for, like...
I guess that's true.
So, like, you just smell it. So, what I'm thinking is maybe...
Like the water.
Potentially,
like
the urine might, like, activate the chlorine, like, a little more to work harder, is what I presume.
Probably.
Because that's how chlorine works, right? If you... Pool talk. Like, when you put the chlorine, like, in the water, like, and if the... if the water's, like, really dirty, it works really hard to clean it.
Yeah.
But like if the water's not really dirty, it'll stay in the pool longer and not because it doesn't really have anything to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any water to clean. So presumably, if there's pee in the water, the chlorine just like get it.
Yeah, and that's why it smells like that. Yeah, that's probably what it is. So I didn't like fact check it or anything, but it was interesting.
Good thing you do a podcast with a pool guy.
With a pool guy. Yeah. What a loser. So I mean.
Yes, let's hear your thoughts. I kind of just went on for a
little bit. I mean, okay, so I'm not like the biggest fan of roller coasters. I mean, I like roller coasters. Mm-hmm. Like, I like some. But then there's some, like, I don't like certain rides that are just, like, there to, like, freak you out. Like, those ones I'm not into. Yeah. And anyone who's been to an amusement park with me knows how much of a wuss I am.
Are you a screamer on roller coasters, or you just don't go at all?
I scream on roller coasters not because I'm scared, but because I like to be obnoxious. 2, most of the time I don't go on roller coasters because I'm too scared.
That's fair.
I don't know like why I'm such a wuss when it comes to certain rides. But like the second I ride it once, I can ride it 10 trillion times.
Right.
But it's just getting over that first time.
Yeah.
And then some I just don't really like, just like the ones that have wicked long drops, like the Superman at Darien Lake. By the way, disclaimer here, I've been to like barely any amusement parks in my life. A little bit of Disney World and Darien Lake and Marineland. So, disclaimer, that's why I'm literally referencing nothing other than Darien Lake.
Yeah.
But I've been like...
It's all basically the same ride.
It's all basically the same thing. But like that wicked long drop, it's just like... I don't know. It's just like that like pressure, like... Just I don't like that feeling of pressure for like forever.
See, I will say that I used to not like roller coasters. Like when we would go as a family, my brother and sister would always go on like roller coaster, and I would always stay back, right? And then like once I got a little older, probably I don't really remember, but it was probably my brother because my sister was probably just like, oh, like it's fine, like he doesn't want to go. My brother's probably like, no, you're coming.
Yeah.
So like, and then like you're right, like once you just like do it, you're just like, oh, it's like not bad. Like that like quick thrill of energy is awesome.
Yeah.
And plus like you have to keep in mind like nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right. Like
I don't really think that's not like the fear that I have. It's just like I don't necessarily like the feeling of free fall.
Yeah, I do.
That's why like I don't like roller coasters as much. Is just because like I don't like the feeling of free fall. So like that's why I'm not like a huge fan of roller coasters. Not like I'm afraid that it's gonna break. Yeah. Except for that one wooden one at Darien Lake that creaks real bad.
That's
like,
scary. It's like this was built in the 70s. And you're like,
yeah, and I'm like,
and it's made of, or not like it's older than 70s. Like,
older than that.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's made of wood, and you're like,
it's way too rickety. Like not that I'm afraid it's gonna break, because I mean they do tests in the morning, but like that's. What's surprising though is that like I used to like go there for concerts and like we'd spend the whole weekend there.
Yeah.
Sawyer and I, and when we were younger, and that ride never closed. There's tons of other rides that would close for the rain. That one never did. Because I think like you got to be a thrill seeker no matter what to do it, and so like they're like
you might die. We don't know.
But like you had just as good of a chance of dying before. So it's like. But anyways, yeah.
So speaking of like being afraid of going on rides and stuff. So I have two kind of hilarious stories I'll quickly tell. So the first one, I still am not a big fan of the ones where you're outside in like the chairs and you just go straight up and down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But again, my brother's like, you're coming. And I was like, fine.
Yeah.
I'll come. So there's perfect 3 seats. So it went from left to right, my sister, my brother, and then myself. And we're like, so I'm like closing my eyes because I'm like, this is terrifying because I hate heights. Yeah. And you have like a little glass like thing in front of you, so that way you don't get like bugs in your face or something.
Yeah.
My brother like reaches in through like the glass container and like pries my eyes open. He's like, watch it.
That's awesome.
Second story is at a water park, one of those slides that goes basically straight down, right?
Yeah.
So I manage my way up the stairs, and I'm, a little scared. I'm like, all right, whatever. After waiting like 30 minutes to get to the top, finally it's my turn. I sit down on the slide, and the guy goes, all right, go. I start to go, and I just grab onto onto the side of it, and I just turn around and go, has anyone gotten hurt on this? Why? That was like... Like, also, my sister was behind me, and she was just like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. No, she was in front of me, and she just, like, went down the stairs. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. I was literally, like, hanging, like, over the side, essentially, hanging on. And I was like, has anyone ever been hurt on this? And the guy's like, what? And just, like, pushes me down. And I was like, ah.
That's awesome. That's epic. Yeah, I think the only time where I've actually been legitimately terrified while riding a ride was it, like, Thunder Mountain or something like that at Disney.
Thunder
the one that's like
the one that's
like inside. Oh, maybe that's not. It might not be the right one. But there's like one that's like
Mountain?
no. It's inside like the entire time, and it's like this
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain. That's what it is. I don't like that.
Why?
Because it was just pitch black, and like there's just lights, and it like I closed my eyes and was humming to myself the theme of Air Gear, an anime. And this is 2 years ago, by the way. So I'm not like telling like a childhood story that's like I just was like so terrified for like I don't know why. I think I was just like spent because like we were out all day. It was like the last ride, and like my brain was just like in this like half asleep. I don't know. I just was not okay, and it was like dark, and I just couldn't handle it. I was just humming that theme and just like picturing the thing because like that anime is like they have like essentially like motor powered roller skates and they just go wicked fast and they go flying and stuff. I don't know why. Helped a ton, and I felt great after. I'm such a wuss. It's unreal, dude.
Seems like it. So that might be why you like water parks, just so you can go on the lazy river.
Yeah, because I'm just like a lazy. I'm just a lazy boy. Plus, with water parks, you can just water parks are more chill than amusement parks. Amusement parks, you're thrill seeking a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus like water parks are more of like a hangout day. You're just hanging out and getting some sun.
Thrill.
You get a little bit if you want to go on like those big slides or something. But I just kind of like just chilling, like going swimming, just doing normal swimming stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've probably just always been into that because like my dad had a boat, so like we just would go out on the lake, and so like it's just that's my idea of like a summer chill day is like just chilling in the water.
So this week, Cool Candy comes back to Thursday night cornhole. I went 0-3, of course. Not a surprise there. And a quick how scoring works is if you just say your opponent gets a bag in the hole, that gets them 3 points. However, if you were to get a bag on the board, you get a point, but the points cancel out, so they net out to 2 points. So for every shot, I do the math in my head. So I go, all right, +2, -1. All right, so I do the math in my head as it's going. And the guy that we were playing against, every round would be like, yep, that's +7 for us. I'd be like, well, no, that's actually like +2, like, because we also got one in the hole.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, no, like it's +2, and then like I'd take the bags out and like see like, yeah, it's +2. Be like, no, +7. It's like, no, like it's +2, and like he did it like every round. Like he tried to argue with me, like I was wrong every time, and like every time, like the math was never wrong.
The math is never wrong with me, baby.
Like subtle brag, I guess, right? But I was like, dude, like. After like the first 3 times, you think you'd be like, oh, like this guy actually knows how to count, right?
Yeah, like maybe I should stop because I don't know how to count.
So like, I guess the critique is people that like think they know what they're, not even like it's just like, let the guy who clearly is counting correctly count, right?
Or the critique is kind of just like, don't make everything like. There's no reason for him to argue with you every single time.
Right. Yeah,
like
I guess it's like I don't even know what the critique is. Like be an adult, like don't argue about like first of all it's a game. Like if you really want the +7, you can have the +7.
Yeah, like
you guys are killing us anyways.
It's a casual cornhole game.
And the guy's like, no. He's like and he's like yell down to his partner, isn't that like +7? And then like his partner like was like kind of soft spoken, like, nah, he's right, it's +2 again.
And it's like,
no, he's right.
But like those guys were undefeated though. So
yeah,
like I wonder how many times that guy counted.
Well, that's what I'm curious because I only started counting in the second game because I caught on because I was just like having a casual game. I was like, oh, these, this is fun, whatever, and I wasn't really counting. I would just like kind of do a quick count and not counting like after every toss.
Yeah.
And there was several rounds where I'd be like, I don't think that they got those points, but like whatever, like I'm just having a good time, like I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
And then like after like 3 times of me being like, wait, just like quickly doing the math, like I think he's wrong. I started counting and I was like, wait, he's wrong. So like I wonder like maybe the kid would have gone through. No, because I counted 2 games, so like maybe we would have gotten 1 win. I don't know. Maybe because that game was tight. It was like 21-18. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean it was a close game,
right?
So.
Who knows? But whatever. I was there to have fun, and if that guy really wants to take a Thursday night cornhole league that serious, go for it. Go for it.
Because they're like undefeated, and they're like on like champion track. You know what I mean? So
it was funny because like the first couple shots, they like kind of messed up a little bit, and like, oh, dude, like we can't work out before this anymore. Like it's really like messing with like our like how hard and how accurate we're throwing. I was like, relax, dude. Like come on, please.
All right. It's probably not the most appropriate joke, but I want to bring up what I said at the cornhole. So the guy, I didn't hear this guy talking about working out or talk about any of that.
So let's keep in mind, I'm playing on a board, and Garrett is playing on the board next to me. We're on the same team. So Garrett.
Yeah, we're not on the same team. I'm just in the game to the left of them. Okay, and I hear this guy holler out to his teammate. Oh, man, my arms are like noodles right now. Guess what I'm not doing before cornhole this next week? And I'm thinking to myself, He left that extremely open-ended. Now, granted, I didn't know that they were talking about working out. Now, also, part 2, I'm a little bit of a jokester. I'm not always the most appropriate. So I holler back, because, I don't know, Rick was standing there, so I got a little excited. I was like, arms like, Noodle, guess what? I'm not going to do this before the game next week. I was like, what, jerk off? And then the guy was like, what? And I was like, wait, know your crowd, bro. And I like calmed down, and I was like, wait a minute.
Says it out loud, like at a bar. I was like, oh, I don't know him.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You really could have used a beer at that point.
Yeah, I really could have.
And I could really use a beer to sick of the cringiness.
Yeah.
So let's
wanna have a beer.
Let's crack it open.
All right. Ricky Tuesdays.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I got really shook up on the way over here.
Yeah. You're all shook up. Hoo hoo hoo.
I'm all shook up. Ooh.
So what are you drinking, Dad?
Ooh. Today.
Why is it pouring so weird, dog?
I don't know. It got like really shook up.
That's like a big mouth. Like it was like it was like
weird.
a bass, dude.
So this week I picked up a Brew Free or Die Blood Orange IPA. Real cool. It's got Mount Rushmore on it. That's chill. So it's blood orange. So as you can assume, it's got a hint of orange. One might even say a bloody one.
That's a bloody orange.
That's really good.
All right, so
Taste like a blood orange. Yeah, it does. Like it tastes like
yeah.
it tastes like an orange.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Rating in IPA land, like it doesn't really get a fair IPA. I guess it could because it's like a fruit flavor. You know,
Yeah.
Like, most of the time when I drink IPAs, right, it's just like that IPA taste. This is like a blood orange IPA.
Yeah.
I do like it though. I think even if it was just a regular IPA, because you can still taste the IPA in there.
Doesn't make sense, but yeah.
The IPA taste.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But
IPA 8.
Whoa. Big dog.
I like that a lot. That's
All right.
good.
So personal rating on your scale of beers you've ever had.
8.
Wow.
Yeah.
8. Great review, mate.
Where I drink this on Mount Rushmore, so maybe I could get on the can next time they paint it.
Specifically on Thomas Jefferson's head, George Washington's.
Big fan of TJ, so maybe.
Oh. TJ. Yo, my boy TJ. Yo, you remember that one time when he signed that document, dude?
Where I drink this, really anywhere. This is just like, you could definitely drink this at a beach, like your IPA last week. You could definitely drink this at a bar. You could definitely have more, most IPAs you don't want to have a whole lot of, right?
Yeah.
All at once. I think you could easily have several of these while watching a game or just hanging out.
Nice.
That's good. So, speaking of beaches, what do you got over there?
I'm drinking a land shark.
Love me a good land shark.
I'm not necessarily like a huge fan of land shark.
Do you have a lime?
No, I don't. So like it's really gonna affect the taste. Honestly, I might drink it out of the bottle because I feel like land sharks you drink out of the bottle.
I'm
not gonna pour it into a
I wouldn't
glass.
even pour that guy.
No, because like certain things it's better when you pour.
Yeah, it really opens it up.
But with this, like, nah.
You're already missing half the taste without the lime. So.
Wow, that really heated up in like the 20 minutes we were in here, or however long the podcast has been going for. Because that is warm. Warm is as the
place you would drink it.
But even though it's warm, I'd still say it has that good, like, I don't even know, island style lager. Like, I don't know, whatever kind of beer that is. Like that.
It's just like a lighter lager because then you put the lime in it.
You put the lime in it and you feel like you're at the beach, right?
Yeah.
So I only know like 2 of those. So like what?
That
Corona and Land Shark.
I think Sierra Nevada just came out with one. I saw one at Weggy's when I was picking up this guy, but
Well, whatever. Anyways, taste a 6. It'd probably be like a 7 with the lime. I mean, it doesn't taste bad. Let's go with that. So it doesn't like have like a bad beer taste. You know what I mean? Like what cheap beers have. I don't think this is necessarily cheap. I don't know. Is this cheap?
I think like kind of yes, but like actual price.
It's more expensive than like Bud Lights, but it's cheaper than Corona.
I think it might even be more than Corona, to be honest with you, because it's got the old Jimmy B logo on it. That's why.
The Margaritaville Brewing Company.
Yeah, I think that's literally the only reason why it's kind of expensive. So you'd give it a 6 in Lagerland?
In this specific space, so
Island style lager brand.
yeah.
On Lager Island.
On Lager Island. Rating on my own personal beer scale. I'm gonna give it like a 5. It's all right. It's only all right.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had a lime in there and I was on the beach, incredible. This is like a thirst quenching beer. This is like the beer that you bring like a 6-pack with you when you go to the beach, and like this when I drink this, I picture my Pokemon beach towel that I used to have when I was a little kid that had Pikachu and like Charmander on it. I don't think Charmander was on it, but it was awesome.
This is not the beer you drink when it's like negative 14 out.
No. It just feels wrong to drink now. Maybe that's why I'm scoring it so low. Plus the lime makes it primo.
Yeah. So where'd you drink this?
Especially on the beach. For sure.
Yeah.
Beach or
a post lawn mow.
A post lawn mow maybe, but like maybe a campfire, but like before dark. Like if it's like a daytime campfire, like you're doing like you're trying to just burn some like excess wood you got like laying around in the yard.
I agree. I like it.
I have no idea. When it's hot out and you're outside and you sweat a lot, this is what you're drinking.
I agree.
And some might even say that the real true land shark, of course, is not a real shark because it's not on land, but there's that one animal that has a pretty strong bite, like a shark, right? And I don't know where I'm going with this. Essentially, I'm trying to say
is you love dogs.
Basically, Garrett loves dogs.
But what else does he love?
He loves the Kingdom Hearts series. Now, most of you are probably thinking, or assuming this was going to be brought up if you knew that Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out this week. Ooh. And so on Tuesday night, or I guess Monday at midnight, I played about 3 hours of it, stayed up till 3 a.m., and just was like, what's hilarious is I probably played only about a half hour of actual gameplay. There were so many cutscenes at the beginning. I don't know if there's too many more after that.
Kingdom Hearts, is that like the Disney game?
It's like Disney and Final Fantasy put together. And that's what I think is so cool about it. Like, I played so much of it when I was a kid, because it came out in 2002, the first one. And when I played that, I played so many hours of it that the game like couldn't even count the time anymore. Because it caps out at 99 hours, and I definitely played after 99 hours, 99 minutes, and 99 seconds. And I played so much. Like, I found every single... Well, I shouldn't say I found, because I had one of those strategy guide books, and I found, like, all the collectibles. I beat all the bosses, including Sephiroth. Subtle brag, but I beat Sephiroth. All right, so probably adults could do that. But, like, a little, like, 9-year-old me, like... Yeah, I beat him. I had to be like level 9 and have like the best stuff and have like Goofy and Donald have the best stuff. I didn't have the ultimate weapon. That was the only thing I never got, and I actually like that still like leaves a hole in my heart that I never got the ultimate weapon. But it was so hard because like you could craft it, but like you needed to get like a ridiculous amount of mystery goo, and like the only way to get mystery goo is to get it from these special things and do these special like. You had to juggle this one enemy like 500 times, and like your chance of getting a mystery goo was like 3%, and you're like, okay. But then like other save files, like because I would start the game over because I'd be like, well, this is kind of boring. All I've done is beat the final boss like 95 times. So like I would then start over, and I get like 6 mystery goo, but I'm like, I'm not gonna put the time in to be able to get the ultimate weapon with all the other items.
Right.
Long story short. I feel like I'm just complaining about the series. I love it because the crossover between the Disney characters. So like every kid back then has to love it because oh my god, Disney characters, woo! Like Donald, Goofy, woo! And then it had like Peter Pan and like cool. It had Nightmare Before Christmas World. It had Like, there's a ton. I'm not gonna list them all because there's
Yeah.
so many. I'm just gonna forget one. Everyone's be like, so.
Yeah, what they'll do.
Yeah,
Just
and
like
then
that?
and then I remember the second one came out, and there's the right down the street from where my mom used to live. There was Play by Play. Doesn't matter because I don't live there anymore, so I can say where I used to live. But it was a movie rental store that had one row in their movie rental store for video games. And so what I used to do was I would stroll on down. It was $4.75 to rent a game. It was kind of pricey actually for like back then,
If you think about it.
especially when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And if you rented it, you only get it for one night. But they're closed on... No, you get it for 2 nights or something, and they're closed on Sundays. So if you get it on Friday, you actually get to keep it till Monday, so you get to play for the whole weekend. And so I used to just get games there because, like, I mean, my parents were going to shell out $60 every freaking new game, so I would just go there, rent the game, and get it for a weekend and crush it, not do anything else. Most kids are like, I'm going to go play outside. No, I just went down and just played on my, like, 4-inch TV that had a VCR player in it, you know what I mean? So, like, I would just crush games. And so the second one, I remember, I beat it, like, 3 times in, like, in one weekend, and that's all I ever played it.
Wow.
And I just crushed it. It was a much shorter game than the first one, I think.
Sounds like you wasted a lot of time.
I wasted a lot of time. And so, in that note, I have wasted a little bit of my time this week playing Kingdom Hearts.
One
So
could
I'm gonna roll
assume.
right in there. So, I haven't played too much of it because, like, long week of work. But in my free time that I've been available, I have played it a little bit. Okay? So, and I'm probably going to play it after this podcast. Because I'm pretty hype about it now, talking about Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So my waste of time this week is definitely Kingdom Hearts 3. And it's pretty awesome. The graphics are beautiful. The gameplay is, like, streamlined a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to toss a little extra thing in here. And I feel like my waste of time is always the game. It was always my love, so I'm going to toss in an extra little waste of time here.
Oh, a little Garrett special.
I've been playing a little bit of Smash Bros. Too again. Now,
nice.
it's been my waste of time before, but I'm bringing it up because there's a patch that came out, and it updated a bunch of the characters, so a lot of like little things have changed, and they came out with the first DLC character, Piranha Plant. So you just play as like the plant that's like in a pot, and it just like bites people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of gimmicky and kind of looks weird when it runs because it's just a pot, like hopping. It looks weird, but like actually it looks like he'd be pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
So Kingdom Hearts, I love it. Kingdom Hearts, I waste my time with. Super Smash Bros. I continue to waste my time with it.
Attaboy.
Ricky. What the heckaroony did you waste your time with this week?
So we started this week off back in the wood shop.
Yo.
Back in the wood shop. Yep. Ricky's back to making something. This time it won't take me 6 months.
I don't know about that one boy.
Won't take me 6 months. I can guarantee it. Put the stamp on it now. Ricky Tuesday stamp of getting it done.
Is there a stamp? Do you have that stamp like at work? Do you like put that on your loans? Getting it done. Send that to the bank.
No, but I should make that up. That'd be a cool Ricky Tuesday stamp. Other than that, I started. So my roommate has been behind me in like the Netflix Marvel shows, and he finally caught up. So now we're watching Luke Cage season 2. We were like, I don't know how many episodes into that, but yeah, that's going well so far.
So what one are you watching this week? What did you say?
Luke
Did you
Cage.
say Luke Cage already?
Yeah.
My bad.
So we're watching Luke Cage. We're gonna try and finish that this weekend.
Nice.
And then we have to watch Iron Fist, which that show's garbage, but we have to watch it.
What's Iron Fist?
It's so garbage. I don't even want to try and explain it
Then why are you watching it?
because it goes in chronological order. You have to watch it.
Why?
Because it's gonna flow into other stuff, dude. Like,
Why?
shut up. Then we gotta watch Daredevil, and then we're watching Punisher, and then after that we have to watch 6 seasons of Game of Thrones before it comes out. So Matt and I have a lot of TV to watch.
All right, pause. But if it's bad, then don't watch it.
It's 10 episodes.
No,
It's easy.
I understand, but like, oh, it's just gonna continue the story. It's like you're the problem because people who just watch
It got canceled because it was bad.
Okay, but
It's
like
the last season.
Okay, but like if
it's
people okay, deal. But if people watch stuff just because it's Marvel and they just want to follow the story, and no matter what, we'll watch it, we'll ultimately give them the opportunity to make any garbage out there, and they'll still be watched. But if it's been canceled and it got bad reviews and people didn't like it, then okay,
Yeah. So.
justified. But they don't watch it. Like,
I'm going to watch it.
all right, yeah, all right.
All right. So that was what I wasted my time on. And honestly, it's definitely going to be a waste of time when I watch Iron Fist. I would definitely
Is it
not.
like Iron Man, but like with a fist?
No,
like
he's
is he like Ugandan Knuckles Iron Man?
No, he like got this like special. He like. No, he's just got this like fist that powers up and he can like punch people super strong. The character's bad, not the superpower.
Okay.
I would definitely not put him in my top 5 superheroes.
Oh.
But that's not Ricky Tuesday top 5 this week.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it in the realm of today's podcast and do top 5 amusement-water park rides.
Ooh.
Fun times. So I will start us off. A couple weeks ago, we did top 5 music, or we did the debate of music, and we started off with I'm Eric and I'm ready to rock, and Garrett did I'm Garrett and I'm ready to roll.
Ooh.
Number 5, roller coaster, Rock and Roller Coaster. Features Aerosmith. Big fan of Aerosmith. So big fan of the music, but also the ride itself is a good time. Are you shaking your head?
I had literally the worst time of that ride.
I like the music. I like the music.
No.
And like,
it seemed like it would be awesome. And like I honestly wasn't scared of it. But like I feel so bad because I was like being such a jerk. I was like stressed out and like all right, so we were just getting in the roller coaster and they were already moving. Like I felt like they didn't even put the things down before we started moving again. But like the stuff that we had wasn't fitting in the pouches, and so like I was terrified. And there's the loops, and I was like terrified the stuff was gonna fall out. So I was literally like this the entire time. I was like a T-Rex with my arms out and like holding the stuff in the bags, and I felt like I felt the stuff go into my palm. So like I know it would have been lost. We would have lost a bunch of stuff if I didn't hold it.
I wonder what happens with that. Like just say you had a bag with like a bunch of stuff in it. Like if you have like a bag with like like we had like some waters, like okay, like whatever. But like you definitely just like tell them and then they'll just like go in there and go get it, right?
Yeah, maybe. But like
they'll probably do it at the end of the day, so that way they don't have to like shut it down.
And like you gotta like I don't know like how the ride is. But like,
because it's dark in there
it's
too.
dark and like I don't know how far down it goes. It might go down like a quarter of a foot. Who knows?
It's probably like you could probably just like reach down.
I probably could have reached for it, but no, well, obviously not. But while it's going, but the ride seemed so cool, and I wanted to do it again. But like, it was
Mostly, I like that ride just because like the music, and then, like when you're walking in, then like they have like all the records on the wall and stuff.
Yeah, and I like the animatronic. Not animatronics.
Yeah,
is that what you mean? Animatronics
of Aerosmith.
Like,
dude, we gotta go.
Yeah, that was actually sick.
Yeah,
it was sick.
So that's like kind of, which like, I guess like the roller coaster part of it. Like I don't even really remember what the roller coaster part of it.
It's like all like glowy and stuff.
Yeah,
and you go like up.
Yeah.
And is that the one where like it looks like you're gonna run into a wall and it like turns last second and goes around the thing?
Yeah.
I
think so. So going just right down the street from that at Hollywood Studios, you just walk right down the street. Then you look up, and then you say, "Oh my God, that's a tall building. Oh my God, I'm gonna go up and down in that." So you'll say, Ricky Tuesday, you said just a couple minutes ago that you didn't like going up and down. I like Tower Terror because like it's closed in, and it's like dark, and you're just like, all of a sudden the door opens, you're like, wow, this sucks, and then like closes again, and then you're just like, and you're just getting like swirled around. It's crazy. But I like Tower Terror, but not that much because it's only number 4. I really like The Incredible Hulk over at the good old Universal Studios. That ride, it's just like, you know, kind of the classic roller coaster, just spins you all around. It's all crazy. I don't really remember it that in detail. I just remember that I really liked it and we went out like 4 times in a row. Number 2.
Oh.
False. I'm going to change number 2 and number 1. I think I have to.
Okay.
Number 2. Everest at Animal Kingdom.
It's good. I did that like 9 times because there's no one there when I went.
I like it. Like it gets you up, and then you see the Yeti, and then you go back down.
You're
like,
like,
I like things that like you're like up, and then you go
There's
back.
there's like a ton of like hair bands and like silly bands up there.
Oh really?
Like when you get to the tip, people like throw stuff like up there.
Funny, surprised I didn't think about that. So that's another great ride, classic ride, Disney. But number 1, which people are gonna say, SeaWorld. What? Your favorite ride is SeaWorld?
What?
Yes. Stingray Lagoon. It is
the heck is
crazy. That? So you like start off standing up. Okay? So you get in, then like the little thing comes, and then they close it down like on your chest, and then you're still staying there, and all of a sudden the ride just like turns. So then like you're like on your stomach. You're like, okay, where's this going? And all of a sudden you just like come out of the little bay, and then you just like shoot up, and then like you're literally like a stingray swimming. Like, I mean, it makes sense.
I mean,
right?
obviously you're not underwater though.
Right.
But...
And like you're just like going like people can't see like my hand, but like so you're on your stomach, but then you like turn up like basically like on your side. And like you come down, and you're like going like upside down, but like backwards.
What?
It's insane.
That is insane.
At SeaWorld.
Wow.
Like all the other rides are like, oh, like a minute. There's like a minute.
Let's go on the Ladybug ride. And
there's like a miniature. There's like a miniature Splash Mountain and like a couple other rides, and then there's like the Stingray Lagoon. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
It's insane. We went on it. Probably because it was like right before close. So SeaWorld's kind of like, it's like you go there with like your young kids, right? Mm-hmm. So at night, there's just nobody there. And me and my siblings just went out like 10 times in a row. Like,
oh my God.
The ride's so crazy, I got a Charlie horse. That's how you know it's a good ride.
That's awesome.
Like, I couldn't walk. I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Nice.
That's number 1.
That's sick. Nice. That does sound like a number 1.
At SeaWorld.
Can you clarify for me what was the top 5 topic technically?
Top 5 amusement park rides, or I'll say water park rides.
Oh, you don't have to. I'm totally off that water park ride.
Okay. You're done with water parks. You're never going back.
Well, no rides really at water parks.
Besides like
the toilet
terrifying
bowl, but, like,
slides.
And the terrifying slides, which like you can't say that that's more fun than like even like a wuss roller coaster.
Yeah.
So one roller coaster, I guess, if it's a roller coaster that I always loved was at Darien Lake was the Mind Eraser. The one that like you sit down and they like strap you in, you go like woo, and like it was always it was always like this is gonna sound like I'm such a baby, but like it always went at like such like a like it was fast, but it was also slow. There was never like a point where you like are going so ridiculously fast like you can't handle it. Like it was always like a good pace, but like it was a good enough pace. It sounds like such a wuss thing.
It had a good pace to it.
It had like a really good pace where you were never going like so ridiculously fast, but you're going like in the loops and stuff, and you're flying around, and like it's awesome. Mm-hmm. So I really like that. Now, this next one's gonna be a little weird, but there's a nostalgia that makes it a little bit better. Okay, and that's why I want to clarify. I don't even know if it counts even, but it's the Roundup. Like, like the classic ride that spins around like crazy and it goes like up and then it spins around and you're like laying on the thing and you're just spinning around. At the state fair they got like a UFO.
Yeah.
So at Marcellus at Old Home Days, they had a ride called the Roundup. Now, this thing was just like, it would spin around, and it goes up barely, and it would creak like crazy, because it's like a small, like, little town, like field days. But that ride, I just rode so many times in the day, and, like, I don't know, I just had so much fun on that ride that, like, I almost consider that, like, one of my top 5s, just because I've ridden it so many times.
Yeah.
And that ride's at, like, every place, so you could go on that ride, but, like, the ride at any other place isn't nearly as nostalgic as going on the
round
blue and white rusty one.
There's rust. That's good.
At the small town field days.
It's creaky.
I think the most terrifying one, because Sawyer and I used to go on it all the time, so we went to the one at Darien Lake. Mm-hmm. It was nighttime. It was probably like 10 minutes before they close. The guy, like, it's just like, I don't think he didn't give a hoot, right? A hoot. And so it's just me and Sawyer in the ride. And he doesn't, like, do anything. Like, he doesn't close the door that's, like, right there. And, like, we weren't going fast enough to really be, like, held on. So it was really, like, it was sketchy as heck. Like, I totally thought we were going to die. But moving on to number 3 was when I was at Disney World, Test Track. Now, it was a fun ride.
Fun.
It was a fun ride just because, like, you got to customize a car, and my car was absolutely ridiculous. Like, it had, like, I think, like, 56-inch rims. So, like, it was, like, I just loved, like, the creative side of that. Like,
yeah.
For, like, I mean, I of course, it's probably more fun for the kids, but, like, it was cool just creating a car, and then it, like...
I love this part.
And it was cool creating the car, and then, like, it compared your car to other cars, like, during certain parts. It was, like, during, like, the straightaway, it was, like, whichever one had the best, like, because you, like, proportionally have to spend your points on, like, certain things to make the car better, and then at the end you get, like, a top score of, like, how good your car did against the other cars.
Ridiculous.
My car was so fast, it, like, blew everyone out of the water. Let's just say my car went 100 miles per hour, quote unquote. The other ones went like 60. Like, it was that big of a spread. Like, I don't know what the exact numbers were, but I just remember being sick.
And I said, after I got out of the ride and saw the little 5-year-old behind me, I said, "Suck it, nerd!"
Yeah, because I was, like, definitely the oldest person on there. But it was cool. I enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. Number 2, going on that nostalgia train, because this roller coaster isn't, like, that great, and I almost barely remember it. But I remember when I was a kid, my family and I would go to Canada all the time because you didn't need passports. You just go there. My mom's family lived near Canada, so whatever. We would just go there. And right near Niagara Falls, there's Marineland. Now, Marineland was like, it's essentially Canadian Seabreeze, I guess, right? It's just a water parky type thing with roller coaster-y rides. Now, this was like the only real roller coaster there. It was called Dragon Mountain. Did I say what it was called yet?
No.
Dragon Mountain. Montaigne. So, sorry. It was
Sounds intense.
It was Dragon Mountain. And this ride, I barely remember it really because I, like, rode so much when I was a kid, but I just remember it being so absolutely terrifying, but, like, so cool at the same time. I don't know. And there's, like, this tunnel part, and my cousin swears that she reached out with her hand and actually touched the wall. Now, as an adult, obviously, like, thinking back at that thought, like, of course, she would have had, like, a torn-up hand, you know what I mean, if she touched it. But, like, maybe she did, I just don't remember it. But, like, I was such a little kid, I, like, remember holding my arms, like, across my body like I was in, like, a tomb, like, as, like, a mummy, and, like, thinking, like, oh my god, if I even move them an inch, they're gonna scrape the wall. Now, my sisters and cousin could have been trolling me. Also, now looking back at it. So, who knows? But I just remember being terrified of hitting the wall. That was, like, the scariest part of the ride, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna touch the wall.
You weren't scared, like, the big dip?
Yeah. But anyways. Number 1. This is probably the last ride I've been on. Yeah, for sure. Flight of Passage in the Pandora World at Animal Kingdom in Disney World. That thing, that ride, that experience was absolutely incredible. You walk in and, like, the line's like 18 years long, right? Like, it's on average, I feel like at all times, like 2 to a 6-hour wait. Probably not 6 hours, but it's absurd.
That'd be a little ridiculous.
Dude, like, it is a little ridiculous because the line, I remember getting to Animal Kingdom before it opened, and everyone was sprinting to that ride.
You're just pushing little kids down.
Oh, yeah. So anyways, you go in that ride, and it has, like, awesome, like, aesthetics the whole way through the line. And you just see a real life, like, Na'vi, like, guy, like, in the water, like, floating and stuff. And it's
That's
like,
sweet.
it's like 8-9 feet, like, tall or whatever, and it's like floating in the water, and you're like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then when you actually get in there, you get on the thing, you straddle it like it's kind of like, it feels like maybe like a motorcycle type thing, and it's actually one of those like
Banshees.
Yeah, banshees, yeah. And you feel it like breathing, like expanding, contracting in between your thighs. And it's like, oh my god, this like I'm actually on a beast. And then it smells absolutely incredible. Like I've honestly like those are some of the best smells
like
I've
candies?
ever smelled. It's one of the best smells I've ever smelled. I'm not even kidding.
What's it smell like?
I can't describe it.
You don't even know.
It's just like, it smells like tropical.
Huh.
It smells like what it looks like, and it's absolutely incredible looking, and like just the water splashes, the way the wind blows, and then just like the whole like scene, it gives you a really good like view of what Pandora looks like, and kind of like a behind the scenes like insider look, I guess, like is the best way to put it. Versus like the movie is like you see a lot of cool things, but like this is like you're in it.
That's cool.
You're flying in it. So that's definitely the best ride ever. Hands down that I've ever been on, at least. There might be a better ride out there, but best one I've ever been on.
That's pretty cool. That ride actually sounds pretty cool. I can't wait to go back to Disney and see that. But let's give this the old Marcellus Roundup.
Roundup?
Like that?
Yeah.
Like that? They're really tying her back.
Yeah, this podcast is about to go fins up. It says that on the bottle.
I got nothing. So, I guess this week, if you live somewhere where you can go to an amusement park / water park, up here where it's -14, not going to happen. But
not going to happen.
Hopefully some of you live in nicer areas and you can do that.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Don't try and come back on people when they tell you an answer. Don't be a dick.
Learn how to count your scores in cornhole, and if you aren't good at it,
don't argue with a guy.
Don't argue with a guy
in a Thursday night beer league. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Relax.
Yeah. Make sure you guys pick up Kingdom Hearts 3. If you ever played Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2, you're gonna love this one just as much. The voice acting's a little but it's awesome nonetheless.
And while you're playing cornhole or playing Kingdom Hearts, you can definitely have beers.
No, yeah, for sure.
For sure. Have some beers while you're doing both of those. Waste some time. You know, maybe get in the wood shop if you like making things like myself.
Shop. I mean,
or just play some video games, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I just want you guys to take this flight of passage into your next work week. I hope you have a great work week. Peace out.
We'll catch you later.
See ya. A-Town.